If I remember correctly. Wait, no, I'll tell you later.
Yeah. We are live.
Okay.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And about the recap this time. I commissioned a voice actor to make a recap because since she has a voice that's exactly like a specific radio show from Bloodlines, the video game, and
Ooh.
yeah, the problem is
Yeah.
her microphone broke and she can do that Monday. So next time you will get this recap for this and for what we do now too, but you're warned.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yes. It's the weird people I follow on Twitter. I followed the people that about all of the sudden one I was following did make a voice reveal or something. Well, not really voice reveal. We talked. I told her that her voice sounds like the person from that radio show, and she said, "Yeah, I can even do that even more," and shared a link, and then I commissioned her.
Okay.
Yep. You know how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just sometimes.
So that can be expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I mean, $10 a minute. I mean, it's understandable for the quality. That's definitely worth it. But
Yeah.
it will take some minutes.
Yeah.
Just a few.
But since thanks to that, it write out all of the things that happened last time. Let me quickly open the text file. I can just read what happened last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then people who are watching the streams here on YouTube can compare that to.
Compare your
which-
notes.
Now compare what I read now and then
Oh.
I now read part of the text I sent to the voice actor.
E.
Yep.
Speaking of which, I now have your thing in the background in case shenanigans ensue.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
So do I.
also should not happen anymore since it was probably mostly because my power supply of the computer and my hard drives were dying
Knock
and
on wood. Knock on wood.
Exactly. So then slime in my throat. Recap time.
Yes.
After our two young vampires were able to defeat the Sabbat, Aspen did talk to her sire and then did go back to the warehouse to get a box for him. We should be back, I guess. I think, I hope.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. 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 Okay, where was I? Fuck. Where was I when you said we were down? What was the thing I said there?
We were still at the beginning of the recap, not gonna lie.
Complete? Oh, god damn it. You know what? You make a recap. Fuck that.
You can
Aww.
send me the notes.
I pay someone to have this recap written, read out at a perfect fitting voice and stuff like that. Now you can do it.
Send me the notes.
Okay. I thought you wanted to make from memory. That's why I. All. Scroll. Yep. That part. copy. There's that. I put it here in our planning journal stuff. Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's a lot.
Not my problem now.
Wow.
Okay then.
I think I finished the first
on
paragraph.
Vampire the Masquerade. After our two young vampires were able to defeat the Sabbat, Aspen talked to her sire and went back to the warehouse to get the box for him, while Amber spoke with Esmeralda, the Sabbat vampire who deserted her group. There, Amber learned that Esmeralda's group was not the Sabbat, but controlled by a powerful vampire who was instructing them to act and proclaim that they were. But his mental control was too strong, and she wasn't able to tell who he was. Amber informed Aspen that they first drove to the Anarch bar the last round in downtown to hand Russell the vial of blood from the box, like they had promised. Since he wanted him to do so, no Tremere or the Blood Mages could get their hands on the potentially very potent blood. He put it on the ground and broke it.
That's not what I did right.
Listen, some of your writing is confusing, like some of the dids in weird places.
Yeah, not a native speaker, you know the problem.
I know, so I'm trying. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but I'm trying.
But I think stomped on it, breaking the glass is more fitting and well, never mind.
I'm trying, okay? I'm sorry.
It's fine, it's fine.
Okay. After that, Amber and Aspen went to take care of Amber's fur problem. They drove to Amber's side.
You've jumped a little bit.
No, I didn't.
After that and a small stop to buy some shaving materials?
That was the part that I read.
Wait, what? Am I not stupid? I did understand something. Never mind, just read.
Just go. Just go.
Alright. Wait. I think that's Aspen's. No, that's Aspen's sire, not Amber's sire.
Oh!
We're doing
After
great.
stopping-
We're doing fine.
We're doing fine. It's okay.
Fuck.
After going to the store to get some shaving materials for Amber's fur problem, they drove to see Aspen's sire, Alexander Carter, who handed him the box. But thanks to some questions, he learned that Esmeralda had ordered his child. No, wait, what?
No. He learned about Esmeralda and ordered his child to bring her to him.
Oh. Listen, punctuation help. He learned about Esmeralda, and then there would be a comma there, and then
okay, yeah.
and ordered his child to bring her to
I'm
him.
confused by the English rules for the commas, to be honest.
Fair
In Germany, it's okay.
It confuses us.
Yeah, in Germany, it's basically when you have the feeling there could be a comma, there is a comma.
Listen, we barely understand our own language, and we're used to it.
Yep.
This is true.
Yeah. Let's continue.
With the use of Alexander's Dominate, he was able to gather more information. The vampire behind the fake Sabbat was David Stein, the Tremere Primogen, and his instantly called the Prince. The Prince confirmed this, but wasn't able to take direct action himself thanks to the political situation with the Anarch. So he put the decision. Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
Put the decision on
Way weird phrasing by
No.
mine. He gave you the decision in your hands, so to
Yes.
say. Yep. Put the decision in your hands, basically.
Yeah.
Decision and
So he
by
put the
that
decision. Oh.
and by
okay.
that the target of repercussions.
He's fine.
Okay, let
Now
me
it
let me
makes
let me
sense,
go ahead and
right?
rephrase. No, I would have put it like this. So he gave the decision of consequence to the hands of the two young vampires. Either act either act as nothing has happened. Let's see. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. You can also do that from memory. You don't need to use my text.
I know, but like, I think you put a little bit of extra detail on that, so
Okay.
that's just me.
If the GM writes a recap text, that's a good idea to read it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, the prince had given the two young vampires a decision for the consequence. Either act as nothing has happened. Either act as nothing has happened. Pursue the Bruja Primichin, who, yeah.
That belongs to the first thing. To the act like nothing happened.
But wait, how does that wait?
Act like nothing unusual happens, which would mean taking care of the brewer imogen.
But that isn't acting like nothing happened.
It is making sure that everybody acts like nothing happens.
We're covering it up so people think nothing happened.
Exactly.
Either act as if nothing happened, which would be tying up loose ends by taking care of the Bruja Primichin, who knows of, or who may know of the situation, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
I got no. Just continue. It's fine.
Or
Declaring.
what is it?
Declaring they destroyed the local Sabbat, which
Oh, yeah.
would mean death of.
Or declaring they destroyed the local Sabbat, which would mean the death of Asmeralda.
Since people that saw her acting as Sabbat.
I know, but I don't think that.
Huh?
Listen, I'm sorry.
Those were our options at the time.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was the
I'm
options.
saying like there's extra stuff on it, and like.
Extra stuff? You're confusing me.
Listen, you're confusing me. I'm sorry. Words. I know this isn't your first language, but words.
I know, I'm sorry.
Let's see. And I believe there was a third option, which would be
Exposing Steins for what you did?
yes. And or the third option, which would be exposing Stein for the acts that he has caused against the Camarilla.
Well,
Amber and Aspen chose the third option of exposing David Stein. And the prince officially declared a blood hunt on Stein and ordered the two to bring Asmerella to one of the Anarch barons in
okay.
should
Yeah.
let's see, should the Anarchs want to punish her for fighting them. Unofficially, he recommended George Hunter, the Toreador Baron of Hollywood, who is more level-headed. Let's see.
So they did
And
so?
so they do.
Never mind.
Yeah, and so they do. The hunter was very thankful. In fact, so thankful, he unofficially declared them Anarchs, with the hope they will join the Anarchs at one night officially. With the sun soon rising, they head back to Bel Air to sleep at Amber's Haven.
We made it, guys.
Listen, all I will
No,
say
I
is
know,
the
I
summary
know.
is
I
short and
just see
concise.
the
but,
text
like,
and the chat. We need to do something in the chat. They bots.
Oh, bots.
How do I delete them again? Report forward spam. Spam, yeah. I think it's a bot account.
Ban!
Yeah, I don't have the ability to do anything about that.
You
You
do? You do?
Click on the name, and there should be a little cross on it.
Ah, there we go. Yep.
Ban!
Account suspended or deactivated already. Wow.
Listen, we
Moving
work
fast
fast.
on that.
One is left.
So yeah, I apologize for the choppy recap, but
And we
I
got through it.
apologize too. And one is still here. How do I do that?
all I will say is Agar, recap, short and concise.
Yeah, I know. You know me and details. Why do I still see one of the guys in the chat?
I'm thinking his account was already
Yeah,
suspended or
Contour,
deleted. So
Either that or it was timed out.
Yeah, no, Contour blocked or deactivated. Yeah.
yep. So
But chat, it's still in the chat. We can return how the
Yeah.
thing.
I think it was
Message
timed
itself.
out.
Hmm?
I said I think it was timed out.
Yeah, but I
No,
wanna
it-
delete the chat message.
yeah.
I don't know how.
I currently cannot.
Mod
Nope, me
look,
neither.
maybe that's.
We'll just leave it.
Yeah, the
No, wait,
account
wait,
was
wait,
either
wait.
suspended or deactivated, so
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
and the call mod thingy, I don't see it either. So yeah, that's fine. I think it's. he's
alright.
gone. I think he's gone. Yeah, maybe he's still in the Streamlabs thingy. Yeah, he's still in the Streamlabs thingy, but. So.
Anyway, back to what we were supposed to be
Anyway,
doing.
Exactly. After I'm
With the
panicking
recap
a little.
finally finished.
Huh?
I said with the recap finally finished.
Yep. What I'm now doing, I'm spamming quickly my chat to get the message at least above. No, not that. Okay. Up, 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 up. To move him out of the chat box.
Oh. Yeah.
How big did I make the chat box? God damn it.
How big did you make this chat box?
We are on the top of it. Yep, he's gone.
Okay, good.
Yep. But I also make it a tiny
There.
smaller and move back here. So it ends directly under the here thing here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. Continue.
so
Here are your sheets for me. Yep.
Yep.
Both of you leave. I'm lost. Goddammit words. You 1 blood point, minus 1 blood point, both of you. So.
Yeah. And I'm
Worse.
guessing I healed.
Words. I know them. About your healing, give me a moment. Saving the changes. So it's.
oh, I healed too, correct?
Let me look at both of you. What you. Yeah, you have bruising damage. One of them gone.
Okay.
Only one?
I think it was only one for bruising and deadly damage. Yep.
I have 2 more. Oof.
You can spend 2 blood points to heal.
I know, but I'm starving.
Yes, you are.
We'll have to take you out and feed again. Different parks this time.
So.
But for my, as soon as I wake up, I go into the bathroom and shave everything.
Mhm. So
Uh,
in the
I-
meantime, what will want Ember do? Aspen, God damn it.
Well, since my normal routine is to go into the bathroom myself and prep myself, I kind of pause and then go back to bedroom and just fix up my hair in the bedroom mirror.
Oh, that's the wrong apartment. My bad. There, we have the correct one. Yeah.
Get myself all presentable for the day.
So after, well, yeah, both of you are finished. let's jump ahead with that.
E.
Oh, also, Emma, you instructed, if I remember correctly, your girls to you take care of the shop, so to say, so that there's
Yes.
actually a shop and so on. Yeah, you'll find a note while going to. Well, when you woke up, there was a note on your face that said basically, we are busy.
On your face.
Yeah, they just write it down and place it on top of your face, so to say.
A little sticky note pasted across your
No,
forehead.
just a normal sheet of paper.
Oh, just a piece of paper. Okay.
And it says we are finished.
No, we are still working.
Oh, we are busy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In case you're looking for us, don't worry. We are still working on the thing. Don't worry about us. We are fine. Don't worry about us.
Okay.
Yep.
E. I see the note, acknowledge it, and continue shaving.
Yeah, like I said, you're finished shaving after a while.
Okay.
Yep. And in the meantime, Aspen is doing in her bedroom, you said?
Yep, just.
Yep.
fixing
Or rather
up.
in the living
Doing-
room in your case.
Yeah.
You don't have your own bedroom.
Yeah, trying not. Yeah, Amber was in the bed, in the living room.
Exactly.
Oh, right, we're in Amber's apartment. now.
Yep.
E.
Okay.
Because
I was about to
your
start-
apartment has still the cracked open door.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get that fixed.
Yep. So, what you doing?
I wait
I-
for Amber to show up.
I will pull out Sam and I will go ahead and feed him for the second time.
Yep. At least he's small enough that you don't need a whole blood point for that.
Right.
Now, Sam, I do want to tell you the difference between what you perceive as monkeys and humans.
Sam looks at you and you have the feeling if a lizard could shrug, he would shrug.
He's so
I'm just-
contempt.
I'm just watching from the other side of the room, like, oh, good, got the lizard out again.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
here we go again.
The ones of us that walk on two legs and don't have a lot of hair are humans.
But you have a lot of hair, you just shaved.
So close.
I happen to be an exception. Now, as you
Other lying monkey also has so much hair. He looks at Aspen.
I kind of look between the two of them. You two better not be conspiring against me or something over there.
Not at all. What do you consider a lot of hair then? I know you're hairless, but still.
Long, much hair.
All right,
You
then. Those
Gonna
of us
give
that are
Aspen a
covered
complex
in
about her hair.
No, again? Aspen, again?
those of us that are. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you can.
Those of us that are. Well, those that are covered in a lot of hair, those would be monkeys, versus us humans. And don't mention me shaving again, because I happen to be an exception.
But you did shave,
That was an exception.
so you don't shave always?
No, I do not.
Then why did you shave today?
Let me introduce you to a complicated situation. Us dead humans that you've seen lately are referred to as vampires.
And vampires shave once sometimes.
Hmm?
And vampires shave sometimes.
A very rare situation, but I guess.
So humans don't shave. But vampires shave.
Humans do shave, but vampires don't.
But you
Again,
shaved.
I
Poor-
happen.
this poor
Again, I
lizard.
happen to be an exception.
Yeah, that poor lizard.
This poor lizard is going to be so confused.
I'm trying. It's hard.
So, humans shave, vampires don't shave except you because you are an exception and because you are a vampire who shaves.
Yes, let's go with that.
Sounds like a lie from me, monkey.
I'm sorry.
Sounds like a lie to me, monkey.
Like,
I am not a monkey. I am a human or vampire. You know what?
I'm just watching with endless amusement at this point.
You don't even hear. It's all telepathically. That's the problem.
But I can see Amber getting progressively more and more frustrated.
Yeah, true that probably.
All right, let me go ahead and make it very simple this way then. Us dead monkeys, as you referred to, are vampires. And the tall monkeys, like us, are humans. The ones in cages are the monkeys.
So humans are kind of monkey. Because you smell like monkey.
Smell like monkey.
Wait,
This is where Amber, just to prove Sam wrong, takes us out to get cologne and perfume.
I sit Sam in the cage.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
I don't
I just-
want to play with you anymore.
I just raise an eyebrow as I see that. So, and I'm also grinning. How'd it go?
I'm trying to teach him. He's very simple.
He's a lizard. What were you expecting?
A little bit more, I guess. Just slightly more.
Huh. Frankly, I can't wrap my head around the idea that a lizard could understand human concepts anyway, but I guess that was the point of that whole conversation. Or whatever that was.
He refers to us as monkeys. I was trying to at least tell him the difference between humans and monkeys. But now he's made me self-conscious about my body.
I try very much not to laugh at that.
He says we smell like monkeys.
No more humor at that. Oh, does he? Well, I have a couple of errands and then we can go prove him wrong. How about that?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. First, I need to borrow your phone. We need to... And phone and yellow pages. I need to have someone come out and fix up my apartment.
Do we have a yellow pages here?
I guess so.
If it's in the out of character, if it's in the U.S., yes.
I'm
Yellow
saying,
pages
like,
also
does she-
exist and here.
No, what I mean is, like, does she have one at that location?
Okay.
Since it came with furniture and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
There was a phone with a landline with yellow pages next to it, so to say.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. So, I will borrow that and look for, I don't know, construction company or whoever, a handyman to come out and replace the door.
Yep. You call him. He takes off. Billy Bob's wood repairs. How can I help you?
Hi, my name's Aspen. I had a home invasion here recently, and the people who did it kind of left my door hanging off its hinges. I'm wondering if I could hire you to fix that for me.
Oh, absolutely no problem. Let's say around 2 p.m. tomorrow. We have something free then.
Great, sounds perfect.
Okay, then I just need your address so we can actually help you with that.
Excellent. And I give it to him.
Yep.
right, I will have someone waiting for when you get there.
Of course. Then have a nice evening, Miss Reed.
You as well.
Yep, I assume you told him
Yeah.
his name, your name. Yep.
Yeah, my full name would be kind of weird if yeah, my name is Aspen.
Yep.
Full name.
Yep. And since I'm German, I don't do first name bases with strangers.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Yep.
it's the polite thing to do.
Right.
Yep. I mean, it's an extreme faux pas to talk to someone where you don't know on first name base here.
It's
Yeah.
okay. It's an American thing too.
I know,
You
I-
don't say anything. You don't call anyone in America by their first name unless you know them or unless you're trying to sell them something.
Even if you
Yeah.
would sell something, that would be even worse. If you want to sell someone something and you talk to them on first name basis, they will not buy whatever you want to sell them.
Depends on how good of a salesman you are. If you make it
Good
very
point, yeah.
well, yeah. We're getting off track there.
Exactly, but that's normal for us, I assume.
Yeah. So after hanging up, I sort of call over my shoulder, James, we're gonna have. Wait. And I sigh. Okay.
We can go and see if he's at your place really quick. I still
True.
need to. I still need to go ahead and see what I can do with Carl. We have arrangements we haven't discussed completely yet.
Right. Well, I just called a repairman to come out and fix my door. It's kind of set at a no good hour, if you know what I mean. So if we can't find James, I might have to borrow one of your ghouls to house sit for me.
Amber nods. I'll see what I can do. Might have to send Sarah over. I know how
I-
you and Susan are.
What do you mean? We get along just fine. I say with a grin.
You two would make smiling a competition if I left you unsupervised.
Oh, you're imagining things. I kind of look at the phone again and frown, but leave it at that.
Yep.
For now, let's go ahead and see if he's at the place.
Right. I did leave him a note to call as soon as he was home, so. Unless your phone died.
Not to my knowledge.
Alright then, we'll just head out.
All right.
Up and to whom again?
We're going back to Aspen's apartment to check to see if James is there.
Ah, yeah, true. Yeah.
As unlikely as that is, but still.
Highway.
Yes.
Do you want to talk while you're driving?
Sure. I know James likes to keep to himself a lot, but it's unusual that he's been so radio silent for so long.
That is kind of strange. To the best of my knowledge, he made sure you were well informed of his whereabouts, or just well informed in general.
Well, I usually trusted him enough to be fairly autonomous to do what he wanted. In exchange, I expected him to look after things, take care of the apartment, make sure everything was stocked up. It's unusual.
If anything, let's hope it's not one of those human situations like when we first met.
Hopefully not. He was one of the first tests, you know. See if I could exist well enough on my own.
That's one way
Don't
to
mind me.
deal
I'm
with
just
it.
don't mind me. Just doing a little background stuff.
Exactly.
It was let me put it a different way. It was a test for myself. Picked someone who seemed competent. Didn't want some gangbanger or thug.
Right.
Wouldn't match the aesthetics. Plus, I couldn't trust myself to not, feed instead.
Fair,
Well,
fair.
as luck would have it, I came across James. We've kept it fairly formal. I don't know that much about him. I only know what I need to know, and he doesn't ask questions. So, the way it was before, it was the perfect setup. I didn't need to worry about all that human baggage that usually comes along with a relationship.
I added some
Instead-
radio music, radio for the car drive.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And instead, I just let. He didn't ask any questions, and I valued that he didn't pry. He just went along with what I told him, like a good dog, I suppose, would be the accurate word. And that's what I liked about him. He was a good dog.
Amber slightly winces at the good dog thing.
And
Who's a good doggo? Who's a good doggo? You are good ghoulie.
Googly. But you could see in Aspen's expression, it didn't quite sit well with her anymore either. It's weird what perspective does for you.
Yeah, perspective does change a person.
I mean, before the two of us met, I would have been content to just let him do whatever he wanted as long as the fridge was stocked and the dust hadn't settled. I didn't expect contact from him at all. But he would, from time to time, just to keep me informed. Now I don't even have that. I don't know. Maybe I am being a little more possessive since he was my first real achievement as a vampire.
Well, there is also the saying, you don't know what you have until it's gone.
True. It's weird thinking of him as human now. He was just an asset. But now... It sucks. I said it once, and I'll probably say it many more times. I thought being undead was supposed to remove my humanity.
If anything, we've been more human than ever. Just with superpowers, really.
I have yet to decide if that's a good thing or not. It'd be so much easier just to look at the world divided up into numbers and values and get rid of the lower values and foster the higher ones. But then you showed up and now they have faces, so... I hope it's not too selfish of me, but I'm going to be blaming you for that.
None taken?
I just give her a little coy smile. We'll have to decide if that was for the better or worse. But yeah, I'll have to sort out James at some point. I know so little about him, I don't even know where to begin looking for him.
I put a hand on Aspen's shoulder. Don't worry, we'll find him.
I nod. I know. And scene.
Scene.
Sure.
By character.
Character?
Character development.
Character development, yep, definitely that. So, Aspen's apartment, god damn it.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's more or less how it was before.
Yeah.
Door
There's
broken in, lights
posted
out.
on your door, apparently from your neighbors, as fix the fucking door.
Great neighbors. Fun.
Great neighbors, by the way.
Oh yeah, real characters. Not that I've ever met them or anything. And just walk up the door. Walk up to the door. We'll have to prop this thing open or shut. Make it at least look like you can't just walk in.
Right. Might want to check to see if anything was stolen, by the way. I know most of it's not really necessary, but
Still mine. Let's see. And make sure there's no squatters.
right.
All right, ladies first. And I walk through the door.
I promptly follow behind.
And we just search the apartment, make sure everything was where it was, and there's no extra meaty people here.
Fuck. Moment.
No people to feed from.
You
What's
you
okay?
good?
Did drink coffee. Did
Oh.
go in the roll out.
Oh.
No, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
You
fine.
good?
Ah.
Breathe.
Could be worse. I
good?
once had it so bad without coffee and laughing at the same time that I blacked out for a few minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Right.
Let's not take an impromptu
Yeah,
break.
no, it's
please.
fine. I just feel there's still a little bit fluid in there, and yep, it's out. Whew. Sorry for that.
You good?
No
You
need to
good?
apologize.
Yeah, yeah, it's too stupid
It's
to
not
drink
So long
did
as
coffee.
it
you're
intentionally.
alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
I'm sorry.
But
I
yeah,
accidentally threw boiling water down the wrong hole.
All fine. But yeah, the apartment seems to be not touched. Or at least nobody got in there since you were last time there.
Oh well. I was expecting the place to be tossed.
Well, it's a good thing it wasn't.
Wait, we did throw away the head, right?
I don't remember correctly, to be honest.
Oh, I don't think we did. That smell's not coming out. And I head towards the living room.
Yes. Head's still on the glass table.
Oh
Damn it.
no.
It's a little bit more alive now.
Ugh. Well, I won't be entertaining guests anytime soon. And
Probably should remove that before tomorrow morning.
I give her a look. You think? Go into the kitchen for me and get a trash bag.
All right.
We'll
I
just-
had... Go ahead.
I was just saying, we'll just throw in the rest of the trash and keep it at the bottom.
Right.
I go and get the trash bag.
Yep.
And I kind of tidy up, grab things that I deem I don't need, like letters and random junk.
Should
And just
probably
throw it on
maybe
top of then
Febreze
and-
that smell out.
Oh, there. I don't think there's an air freshener in the world. We're gonna have to get rid of the whole coffee table, I think. I kind of pinch my nose. Oh well.
But yeah. Head securely stowed in the back.
Yeah, put it in the bag.
Yep.
Take it out and throw it in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
Well, could you get some wipes and wipe down at least the worst of the blood off the table?
Yeah.
The blood and the things that are still moving on the table.
Yeah. Yeah. Blech.
I go ahead and do just that.
Yep.
And I inconspicuously make myself unavailable.
Okay, where do you go?
I'm just like going into the bathroom, double checking to make sure all my stuff is still there.
Surprisingly, it looks like it.
Good.
But while Amber is cleaning, your phone rings.
Oh,
I
Do
go and
I
answer the
have-
phone.
yeah. Oh, wait. My phone rings?
No, Amber.
Oh, my
Amber's
phone
phone
ring.
ring.
Oh,
Okay.
okay then.
Yep.
Then yeah, I answer it.
Hello?
Hello. We had business together in Hollywood.
Oh, it's those two. How do I immediately know it's those two?
What do you answer?
I'm surprised.
You did give them your number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who those two are because we've met like
So-
several people in Hollywood.
The guys in the film studio.
Ah,
I
The-
think at least that was Aspen things.
Yeah, the military trained dudes.
Ah,
Yes.
You seem to be able to get information from people.
That's assuming a lot, but okay.
Well, you did talk to the guy and got information from him, and that very quickly.
yes.
True.
Yeah.
At hearing Amber talk, I kind of poke my head out of the bathroom and look her way.
We will meet you in an hour, and he's gives you a message in downtown.
wait, in the where?
Downtown.
So,
Downtown.
yeah, we were given an address in downtown.
Exactly.
Ah, okay.
And he ends the call.
I just hang up and then I look towards Aspen's direction.
Friends of yours?
Friends of both of ours, apparently. Looks like we need to be downtown within an hour.
Really? And who might be calling us at this hour?
Some people we've met in Hollywood. Remember the whole Bloodkill Productions situation?
Oh, okay. And they just gave an address and left? Just hung up?
Pretty much.
Well, not our most ominous summons ever, but certainly not our least.
I love to
Okay.
use film tropes. I mean, stuff like that makes people suspicious. So they work extremely well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's be on our way, I guess. Everything seems to be in order over here.
Right. If anything, we can toss the trash. Yeah. We can toss the trash on our way out.
Oh, you bet we are. I'm not letting that sit around anymore. Bleh. So, yeah,
Nope.
I pick up the trash bag with all the paper towels for wiping down the coffee counter or the coffee table.
Hmm.
Amber, could you try to prop up the door so at least it looks shut?
Yeah.
I go ahead and grab what's nearby and prop the door up.
Hmm.
And I guess on our way, I put it as against the door as I can.
Yep.
I'll head down to the corner where the trash cans are and drop the bag in.
Hmm. You hear a coughing, not very unsimilar to my coughing a few minutes ago, coming from the deep end the alley, but you don't see someone.
A coughing, but you don't see him.
It's a dark alley, and it's
Yeah.
there's stuff in the alley and stuff.
Yeah.
Is someone there?
You hear some mumbling.
I raise an eyebrow, but I kind of keep myself turned the other way.
Probably best we don't go in that direction. Two
Yeah,
defenseless women out in the middle of night, heading into a mysterious alleyway. That's asking for trouble.
that's like B-grade horror movie trouble.
And we don't want to make a double.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
No, that's Pokeball. Can't do that.
Can't do that.
What do you-
Yeah, we have other matters to deal with.
Let's go ahead and get out of here while we can.
Yeah. And I head to the car.
And you are back in the car.
And on our way downtown
Yep.
to what shouldn't be a trap, but either way,
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Who knows?
be the lamest trap ever. Like, hey, come here. We promise we won't shoot you.
I'm here. We need you. For what? That's not important. Let's come.
You're asking too many questions. Just come over here.
Yep. Did I write down the names in the file?
So, yeah.
Basically, maybe short talking on this car
Sure.
ride.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Just a short one.
Oh.
So, yeah. From what they wanted, it sounded like they wanted us for our capability of gathering information.
Really? I was of the opinion that was just sheer dumb luck half the time.
Apparently,
Okay.
we're pretty good investigators of some kind.
I shrug. Well, if that's what they want, who am I to say no to a couple of heavily armed, well-trained individuals?
Right?
What could possibly go wrong?
I
I
would.
might need to change my number later.
Yeah. Oh well. It pays to have a network. Literally, sometimes.
I mean, at the same time, too, a lot of people having that number could make it difficult for some situations.
True. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, we got plenty of on our plate.
And I hope the radio
Right.
is not too loud for you.
Nah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. And we always can just be a little less liberal with handing out your phone number.
Right. That would probably be for the best.
I'll only really be concerned when we start getting randos calling that number.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
One junkie calling for a fix, and that phone's going in the trash.
Or someone calling and asking for a good time.
Yeah, that too.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that at all.
Really? I don't feel like getting you a second phone number. Or phone. Business. Pleasure.
Oh my god.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah.
Scene.
Scene.
Okay.
Scene.
Not as dramatic as the last one, I know. But
Yep. And you are in LA. At the counter you were summoned to.
okay.
Yep. You don't see anyone yet.
Well, I guess I'll just have to make ourselves comfortable. Do keep an eye out, though.
All right.
I'll just take a seat and try and look as unassuming as possible.
Nope.
Just a lady out enjoying the night.
Mm. Amber,
Hmm?
your phone goes again.
I answered the phone.
Hello?
Go in the building director. Go in the alley next to the building next to you, and the second door on the right.
Alley across from me, second door to the right. Got it.
And the call.
Wow, this is some real spec ops espionage bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's just hope this is over soon. I'm really starting to get very hungry.
I give Amber a sympathetic look. Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Just try not to do any crazy animal stuff.
I mean, to be honest, so long as there's no blood involved, I think I should be fine.
All right then.
All right.
And
we
head
get
towards
out.
the
Go
alley.
ahead.
Yep. The door he was talking about is not locked.
Well, then we walk through.
That'd be one hell of a prank. Go there, door's locked. Get another call. Ha!
Ha! Pranked you.
You've been punked. No.
But no,
Oh, I
seriously,
need to
we gotta go
remember
in.
that. That's a good idea. That's something Avalona would do.
Oh my god.
I mean, Malkavians are known for their pranks.
True.
But no,
Okay.
the door's open and it's hallway going straight. There is a little bit rundown. It seemed to have been a shop at one point, but not really anymore. You see, but on the end of the floor there's a door closed, but there's some light shining down under the door through, so you can see someone is in there.
Oh. Isn't that ominous?
Oh, very much so. Let's go check it out.
Ladies first.
I smile and give a polite little bow, and then I continue going.
Yeah. As you open the door, the music changes first. Give me a moment. I need something. What's fitting for that? Goddammit. Nothing that really fits. Goddammit. Let's
Is
just
it
take.
eerie? Is it happy?
Let's just do that.
Suspicious?
Let's just do this here.
Ominous.
Ominous. Creepy, ominous stuff. So it's a little quiet. But yeah. You see two hooded men like usual. And you also see a guy on a chair with the arms behind the chair, probably, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Tied up and so on. And yeah. He also looks a little bit beaten.
Well, looks like someone started the party without us.
Oh yeah, the guy sitting there in the chair also Asian. Forgot it for a moment.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
he's Asian.
seems for a rather small figure. You would think he's a somewhat office worker or something when you see him.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, one of the hooded guys, the little bit taller one, you remember who was basically the head of the two, who looks at you. We need the informations from him. He didn't talk to us and acts like he doesn't know, but we know he knows.
What is it
Alright.
exactly that you're trying to get out of him?
His unofficial boss, so to say, and it's a longer story. The name of the person is Fox, or he calls himself Fox. Asian 2 is around in his 30s, maybe 40s, at least he looks like that. He's older, and we are looking for him.
All right. I kind of walk over and start circling the guy, just sizing him up.
Yeah, he also looks at you. I did not do anything. I'm innocent. Please help me.
I don't respond. I just keep checking him out. I want to check the dominate abilities again. I can never remember off the top of my head.
One was one-word orders. Two was giving someone thoughts. Basically, people use it like a Jedi mind trick, but it's more like a Inception. Three is changing and looking into memories, and four is over a longer, short of time, brainwashing someone.
Probably want to try 3 then.
Mhm.
I'm finished circling him, and I stand in front of him, and I sort of bend over so that we're on. I'm lower down towards him, but I'm still above him, so he has to look up at me.
Yeah. You remember you need to look in his eyes for Dominate
Yes.
to work? Yep.
Yeah, I'm putting myself in that position because the natural response to someone looming over you is to look up at them.
No, you're going to do psychological.
Phantom knows what's up.
Yep.
So I look down at him and I give him a little smile.
Please, help me. I did not do anything. I don't know what's going on. I don't know any foxes.
I don't respond to that, and I ask, "What's your name?"
God damn it, why do you do that to me?
I mean, even he can just make something up.
Yeah. Name is Jin.
Jin.
Oh god, I just realized I'm doing a stereotypical Asian accent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, please, nobody get offended. That's just...
Please.
Yeah, that's just
We-
getting into the role, and yeah.
And there's a couple way more racist people in the actual lore, so
Yeah,
racist
I mean...
stereotypes. So
Exactly, and I mean, technically, I'm the only white person here, so...
yeah,
Well, if I remember correctly with you, Phantom. I'm not sure.
I am my yeah. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll
Yes,
Well,
let's
that-
say, yeah.
He's darker.
Exactly, yeah, let's put it that way.
yeah.
So, it's not something with the bad R, right?
Nah.
And no, Peter, no canceling me. If you cancel me, I cancel you. Ha!
Ah.
No. But yeah, continue.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. Jin, well, you and I are gonna have a little conversation.
I don't know anything.
Well, see, I don't believe that. So, but I do think that you do know. And
Please, just let me go.
I look him in the eye and I do dominate 3.
Okay, you want to look into his memories. What part of his life exactly?
Well, we don't really know what time frame he knew this Fox person. Is there any way to search his memories
Sure,
for anything
just takes...
tied to Fox?
I can.
I was asking if there was a way to search his memories for anything pertaining to Fox.
It's not a computer.
I know, but that's why I wanted to ask, just in case.
You can also still talk to him while you do that. Maybe that's an idea. But also I need wits and subterfuge check from you.
Wits and subterfuge. Okay.
I'm thinking if this person is human, I may be able to get away with some type of shenanigans that I wasn't able to in the past.
Oh dear God.
Okay.
Agar knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, you want to
no.
try that again?
Yes.
Wits and subterfuge.
I think you have the wrong idea how exactly those work. But yep. You see memories. Right now his memories are that he basically did go at home because wife waits, and he was thinking about what she maybe does for dinner, and then all of a sudden a big it goes dark, and pain on the back of his head and so on, and then he wakes up sitting here.
You know, I never got a chance to ask, though it's really eating me up inside. Your wife, what's her name?
Ooh.
You are so mean.
My
My wife, how do you know? How do you know? And his memories, he obviously remembers how he met her and so on, and how they married and stuff and so on. And her name is. God damn it! Come on, Aga, you have enough names in your head. You know her name, learn her name, basically. Just let's end with it.
Elizabeth.
I'll,
We'll
I'll
call
just-
her
I'll just-
Elizabeth.
I'll just make one up then.
Yep.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. It was Fang, wasn't it?
How do you? Please,
And-
just let me go.
And one more detail. Where were they married?
In Santa Monica on the pier. In front of
I
the big
remember-
wheel thing carousel, you know what I mean, and so on.
That's right.
Because that's where they had a first date and stuff like that.
That pier did mean a lot to you two, didn't it? I
How do you
smile bigger. So, I think I've already proven my point. We know plenty about you, except this one detail. The fox.
You're so evil.
make another with subterfuge check? Because what you wanna know is deep in his memories.
Oh, it's deep in there.
Yep. Wait a moment.
Mhm.
That's the wrong thing. That's the right thing. Okay, here's that.
Aspen might
Uh,
also be flexing to kind of impress the other two guys.
Yeah.
Since, last time they met, they were at a severe disadvantage.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you see in his memories, there was a guy who called himself Fox, also Asian, who, yeah, basically when Shin was finished school, he had a little bit of a downside, so to say. School didn't go so well. Fox did go to him and help them a little bit out to get on his feet, so to say, a job in a bank and so on. The only thing he wanted is that sometimes he makes some transactions that don't show on the books.
Ah, okay. What's his name?
Please, it was the name Nakano, right?
It was what?
Nakano.
Nakano.
Yep.
Isn't that the dude we met in Chinatown?
No.
Again?
No. I was asking, was that the dude we met in Chinatown? What was his name?
Ahane.
You met 5 people in Chinatown. Ahana
The
was
one
one of
kind
them.
of the guy who introduced us to Ahane. It wasn't this name, right?
It was this name.
It was
Oh
him.
no.
That's also the same
Oh.
face.
And you said Nakano?
Hmm?
You said Nakano?
I did write it down in the Roll20 chat.
Ah, okay.
Oh, Nakano. Okay.
Nakano.
Nakano.
Who was also introduced to you as Fox.
I had a sneaking feeling.
Same.
really
The moment
bad
you
feeling.
mentioned an Asian tied up in the thing, I was like, oh no.
How was it again with the net?
Yeah,
Yep.
I see. You may not want to kind of frown a little bit, and then I smile again. May not want to say, but it's written all over your face. Let
Please,
me-
just let me go.
I lean in a little closer. Let me guess. Did it start with an N?
Please,
Oh,
just...
I think it did.
Yeah, he's
Well.
winding and just wants to go and panicking and so on.
Well, name aside, he asked you to do things for him, didn't he? Something to do with a bank, maybe?
How do you know? Nobody knows.
I just smirk, showing my teeth. Because he just told me.
Did you just say that Nakano just told you?
No. I said because you just told me.
Oh, I understood because he just told me. No, I did not. I did say nothing. Please, just let me go. I don't know.
I kind of
what
want to join.
You can? Sorry?
I said I kind of want to join in.
Well, I was just about to wrap up.
No.
Well, like I said, you may not want to say anything, but I think I've heard. I will need all I need to hear. And well, first,
Yeah.
before I step away, the last thing the fox asked you to do, last favor, what was it?
Ooh.
You're so mean. Yeah, since this is something even more specific, another check, please.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. Why do I even ask? Why do I even ask for a check? God damn it.
I feel like Agar is starting to hate Aspen.
No. It's fine. It's just yeah. I mean, it's good that it works and so on. It's just God damn it, your luck. I wasn't hoping
doing
for
good
any.
today.
Wait, huh? Sorry.
Saying Phantom's luck is good today.
Yep, at least for now.
For sure, those are going to be all my good rolls, though.
Yep, I think so too. And now you will suffer for it, but yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, suffer from it in terms of no, you won't get any good
Combat.
checks anymore. Yep.
Yeah, I'm about to get my ass handed to me.
But yeah, the last time, last thing he did for him was again a bank transfer of something. It'll be $500,000 to a bank account in somewhere foreign country known for using for shady stuff and so on.
Well, like the Cayman Islands.
For example, yeah.
Jin, you are a really bad liar, I'm afraid. I say with a smile. But I think that's enough of that. I really do appreciate all your cooperation, though.
Please just let me, and then he's cut off because of one of the hooded guys that pulled a bag over his head, so to say.
I straighten back up.
Yep.
Will you be setting him free?
Why you
Or is
ask?
that none of my concern?
That's none of your concern. But if
Shrug.
it helps you to sleep at night, he will be free. What did you find out exactly? They also pull back their hoods now. Since Shin can't see them anymore and trusting and stuff and so on. Big guy, head from the group, so to say, is a black dude. A bit taller, muscular, everything on him screams Submarines or GI or something like that. The other guy... Strong, exactly. The other guy looks more like... when you would put him in a business suit, he could go as an CEO or something.
Oh.
Yep.
So, pretty boy Marine.
Basically, yep.
Well, first, before I tell you that, favor for a favor? What do you want him for? Why are you questioning him?
It's a longer story, you could say. He points towards a door on the side. Basically, so she can't hear what you would say and so on.
Fair enough.
Nope.
I step aside to let them lead the way.
Sure, they go forth.
I follow.
And
I also follow.
yep. Yeah, in the room it's just a little looks like there was the break room, so to say. There's still some table and closets on the wall and table and so on, but it's all run down. Apparently it's a closed shop you're in. Yeah, Marine sits on the table, so to say, or leans on the table. Well, we were well, as you maybe figured, we aren't the usual cops, you could say.
I imagine so. Cops aren't in the business of gunning down filming studios. I say with just a little smile.
Filming studios who contribute to child porn.
Exactly. They're more of the whole stop, freeze. We have an arrest warrant.
And get nothing done, and bad guys go around and do what they want. But yeah, about Fox. You see, we are basically the second generation of doing those kind of things. We had someone who teached us all the things. Maybe you heard of the Avenger or something. He looks at you questioning, and yes, you hear there was a police report about a guy who basically did what Batman and so on that does in the comics.
Oh.
Called the Avenger, who was missing
Avenger.
all of a sudden 5 years ago, and nobody has seen him since.
The name does ring a bell, yeah. Real vigilante guy.
Yeah, that guy, exactly. Well, he trained us, so to say. We were a team, more or less, who just stood out of the public. And Fox is an old enemy of him, and he killed him.
I see. That explains a little bit. However, before I say anything else, I really should warn you. This man you're going after, you're not in the same league.
They look at you, and he's Marine guy also stands up and makes himself bigger, so to say. You know what I mean? This intimidation tactic. That sounds like you know anything about him. By the way, how did you even get this information from him? He didn't really talk, but it seems like you were reading his mind or something.
Reading his mind? I kind of snort at that. It was written all over his face. You just had to. I was actually just throwing random things at him and see how he reacted. Turns out I got bullseyes each time. Never done that before, I assure you. Usually it takes a little bit longer.
And how do you want to know that Fox is a bigger fish or a fish we can't handle?
I sigh. Well, since you were so forward with your relationship with the Fox, I can admit that I've heard some things about this individual myself.
Words from the grapevine, so to speak.
Exactly. Like you said, we're good at getting information. Like, he is involved with some very, very powerful people. I can't go into more detail than that.
Nothing we don't know about yet. We know about his connections to the Yakuza.
It's not the Yakuza you should be worried about, but that's all I'll say. Look, only reason I'm bringing that up, I'm not trying to dissuade you, is just to warn you. He's a lot more powerful than you think.
We get that you're doing the whole vigilante thing, and frankly, I think it's a pretty good thing. It's just, I'd probably advise you. How would I say this?
I know you won't drop this pursuit. It's very clear to me that you won't. But let me put it this way, you're not ready. You need to, if you want to pursue this person.
And how would you want to know what we are able to do?
Well, I can tell you're all very well trained. just look at you. But let's just call it a proprietary secret, okay?
I see. Okay, and what informations did you get from him?
I kind of take a seat and fold my hands in my lap.
Yep.
He did bank transfers for this fox. Pretty hefty ones by the sounds of it. Though I assume you're not really interested in his transactions.
He looks to the other guy, he shrugs, could be a way to figure something out. Then Marine nods again. Well, could be a lead.
I can give you one other thing, but I'm afraid that's all I can offer. I don't want Fox coming after me either. I have to look after myself and my friend here. You understand.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to start someplace, start in Chinatown. Beyond that, I'm afraid I can't be of much more help.
You could tell us when exactly those bank transfers were made you apparently know about and read in his face.
Well, like she said before, she was throwing guesses out. It's not like we know exactly when those bank transfers happened. Right,
Considering
Aspen?
I can give you a ballpark, but that's about it. Judging by how panicked he turned when I brought up the bank.
Ballpark was again?
Guess.
Ah,
Like,
okay,
a
yeah.
Out of character, real quick,
Hmm?
did I get a vague sort of range, like in the last month or so?
You did see the exact day.
Okay, well, I don't want to give him the exact date because that might be playing my hand a little bit too much. But like, was it within the last week or month?
Last month, yeah.
Last month, okay. I would say it happened in the last month. Sizable exchange too. Probably million, $500,000, somewhere around there, you know?
Good. Then I would say thanks for the help then and for the warning.
And I nod. I know. Let me rephrase that. However, I'm gonna have to ask that we don't have any more dealings with this. Like I said, I really don't want to be on the Fox's bad side. You understand.
Mm-hmm.
I should say, well, allow me to rephrase. I would rather not be in his crosshairs.
Understandable, yes. So we won't ask you again about anything regarding to him.
I would appreciate it, yes.
They're not?
Wonderful. Well, if there's anything else you folks might need, you know where to find me.
Mm-hmm. In downtown or Bel Air?
Say what?
In downtown
I'm
or
sorry?
Bel Air?
Yes.
Was I roboting again?
No. I just missed it.
Oh, okay. Good. At least this ended.
I raised an eyebrow. Oh, so you're already aware that we've relocated a bit.
They're not.
Yeah, that's why Amber was going like, I'm sorry?
Oh, I did not hear that, sorry. Yeah, he looks at you with a grin. You helped us, but we're also an interesting bunch, so we took an eye out of you.
You know, that's fair. I wouldn't be immediately trusting of people who point a gun at my face first thing we met them either. So, I won't hold that against you. I turned to Amber. Well, since we're downtown, do you feel like getting a drink before we head home?
A drink does sound pretty appetizing right now.
A smile. Well, Sounds like we got plans. And so do you, too. I give them a look. So we'll just excuse ourselves.
Yeah.
I feel like
Hmm?
if I had used another blood point or something like that, I would have dropped the line that Kellyanna would have. Sorry, that Amber would have just been like, "Your neck look appetizing."
Nah.
Nah, she's hungry, but she's still on her mind, so to say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm saying if he had lost another blood point.
yeah, I know, but yeah. But I assume you leave the building.
Yes.
Yep. Then you are back in downtown.
Well, that was a pretty gnarly situation. In case you were wondering, we do know who this Fox person is. I kind of whisper that to her.
Who was it?
I kind of hold up a finger and start heading away from the building. Kind of look at my car for a moment, pause, then just keep walking. You know, it's a lovely night. Might as well walk.
You know where you put your car.
Yeah. And if these guys have been spying on us, you never know if they bugged it. I sure hope not, but... but... Yeah, so... The person they're looking for was Nakano. You remember our lovely host from Chinatown?
Yeah, I definitely remember.
Yeah, so that's why I wasn't too keen on giving them too much information. I think what they're doing is good, so I'd rather not they get themselves killed. But
I agree.
At the same time,
I agree. I kind of saw what you were putting down, so I tried to participate as best I could.
I'd smile at her. No, we don't do very many interrogations, but I'd say that was definitely one of the top 10. Man, I'm gonna have to get used to reading people's memories. That was weird.
I still have to try and get used to my tactics as well. At least
Hopefully
then-
we're not practicing that again because I don't want you loopy again. Kind of give her a guarded look.
Well, I mean, it works for not just Loopy, but Fear too,
Fair enough.
as
Don't
well
want
as
you being
complete-
terrified. I still don't even know what that power of yours is supposed to do.
Well, it makes her loopy.
Still in the works.
I mean,
Once I've
look at
mastered it a bit, then I'll show you firsthand once I've mastered it a bit.
if you look at it from Aspen's point of view, she has no idea what that power was. She just knows Amber tried to do something and then turned super chill for a couple hours. So she's trying to find the merit to this ability outside just de-stressing.
Well, when you are interrogated and tortured, it can be helpful.
Yeah. This is very true. But
yeah. It's so amazing when vampires just see what happens and it's a botch and make their own conclusions based on that.
yeah.
I mean, they don't know
Aspen's
it's a botch.
Yeah, no. Aspen doesn't. She thought that was the intended effect.
Yep.
Now she's trying to figure out, like, what was the point?
Why did you make yourself super chill?
But what does
Why?
it mean?
The
What did
numbers
she do?
Oh my god. Alright, on
Well,
to the next thing. Feeding
yeah.
time.
Yep.
Yeah, I checked my watch. All right, so see if we can find a different park from before.
Well, I mean, we
Yeah.
are in Hollywood, so
Yeah.
we're technically considered anarchs here, so we do have feeding rights.
Fair enough. Or do we want to just head back to Bel Air?
I mean, either or, as long as I get a bite of something.
Or
right.
someone.
Or someone.
One.
Well, if we do go back to Bel Air, you're not going on such a spree as last time, okay? I think 3 people a night randomly falling unconscious isn't gonna go unnoticed.
I'll do what I can, I guess.
I smile. It's all right. As long as we take it easy, we could just spread it out over time.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you
Just-
want to jump cut the hunt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just jump cut to the
Yeah.
park.
Jump cut to park feeding.
Yep. I meant more the until done drinking and so on.
Oh,
Or do
Yeah,
you
we-
want
we-
to
we
play
could
out
do that.
the complete hunt? Up to you.
that's up to Amber.
Exactly.
Hmm?
Do you want to play out
Uh,
the complete hunt, or do you want to jump to until you finished eating?
2
wanna
hours
play it out.
later.
Okay.
Oh, we'll do the thing we did last time, I guess. Let Amber go off, and I'll just follow a little ways behind to make sure she doesn't go too far.
Yep. For that, let's just take the LA thing. And,
Yeah.
and since you are hunting, let's also change the fuck.
Fuck was that?
I don't know. That was from one of you.
Okay.
Sounded like a train or something.
All right. Oh, okay then. Okay.
Nah, that music also doesn't fit. Let's take this. You are in the park again. That looks like an alley on the picture, but it's a park.
LA Tree.
Yep. Yeah, the usual suspects who are at night in a park out there. Some hobos, some people who take a shortcut, some people who look shady with foots and stuff. The usual.
I
Wait.
kind of eye a couple of the shady people, gauging if they're worth it or not, but I restrain myself for the time being.
I have several ways I could do this.
So yeah,
I'm thinking.
Amber's out here just on the hunt. I'm just sizing everything up.
Yep.
E. I'm thinking I can either one be on the park bench and do like either the one what's it called, like the hobo that ends up straggling nearby, or one of the people that are taking a shortcut that comes by,
Sure.
or I could go up to one of the shady ones acting like I'm trying to buy some quote-unquote product and
Somewhere
make the
else.
strike.
Somewhere. Swear to God, Amber, if you get high off speed again.
She won't know. Plus, it would be bad for one of the shady people to be using their own products.
Yep.
It's bad for business.
No, it's the consumer,
stop
so
them
you need
sometimes.
to be careful.
Yeah. It also seems like there's more than one person over there, which would make it tricky.
Right, fair.
Well, they are spread out a little bit. If you're careful, you can find people who are separated. That's not that much of a problem.
Yeah.
Why is it that I'm just imagining like Kelly? Why is it that I'm just imagining like Amber in the bushes, just like peeking over, and then the moment someone notices her, she just ducks back down like an animal.
Oh, the picture in my mind. There's a bush. Head pokes out, looks left, looks right, goes back in the bush. God damn it.
I have good imagination.
Yes.
I'm gonna do my park bench strat.
Park bench strat was what exactly?
Go onto one of the park benches until someone straggles close enough.
Yep.
Act as if I'm napping defenselessly.
So you're waiting for someone who wants to rape you?
No, for
Okay.
someone to steal my shit.
Ah, okay, good.
That's fair.
That's better. That's better. Yep.
I will just. I suppose I will linger
Yep.
far enough away that I could hear Amber. I don't want to have line of sight because that might deter people. And I'll just pretend like I'm
Yep.
enjoying the night.
Exactly. Yeah. Amber, you're sitting there playing sleep, and then after a while you see someone coming towards you, carefully, slowly, and then pushes you a little bit, so to say. Excuse me, miss, is everything alright?
I'm sorry.
It's a guy in a bank suit and stuff. If everything is alright, that's not... No offense, but you don't look like someone who sleeps on the street, and that's not really... He looks around the best place for a young woman to sleep.
Aw, that's a good Samaritan.
No.
Or maybe it's someone who wants to take him to his place and does bad things.
I mean,
50-50.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's the world of darkness after all.
Granted.
Yep. Never trust anyone.
Right.
Yep.
I'm fine, thanks. I'm sorry. I must have fell asleep. It's such a relaxing night.
I pretend to get up a bit wobbly and fall on him,
Yeah, he tries to hold you.
and that's when I bite.
Yep. Amber makes nom nom nom.
Nom 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 nom.
Got that.
Nom 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 nom.
How much do you want to drink?
3.
3. Yep.
Oh damn.
I told you, she hungry.
She was down to 4 blood points.
Okay, fair.
Yep. Yeah.
As long as you don't kill the poor bastard.
Right, that's why I said 3. Like,
Exactly. 3
I
is
know
the
any more.
3 is the limit. Yep. So, what do you do with the now blacked out more or less guy?
Lick the wound and sit him on the bench.
Yep, now he's the one who is defenselessly standing there.
And take his wallet.
Oh, the turntables!
I don't take his wallet, but I do take his money.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep. Yep.
Girls gotta eat.
Girl just ate. What do you
Yep.
mean?
So, what then?
Next, I will go to. Yeah, next I'll go to one of the singular shady people.
Yes, take the money and leave it just like that. Never mind.
Anyway.
Rita wanted to give you instructions, and then you did already what he wanted you to do.
Moving on.
I know, now I gotta do a theme just like, yeah. Well, he lost 1.5 liter of blood, and also vampire blood has the vampire bites has the effect that people will be in a trance situation more or less when people drink from them. So they are a little bit blacked out for a while.
Oh, I do have an important question.
Over.
Okay.
How much money did I take from him?
$200.
Yes.
Nice.
Then yeah, with that 200, I will go towards one of the shady people that are isolated
Yep.
and vulnerable.
I'm kind of watching from the distance and get a little bit closer now. But
Yep.
still-
Sorry.
Still staying back.
Yep, the shady guy noticed you, obviously, coming towards him. And eyes on you in a careful way, those Who is that? Why is this person coming to me? Is does just someone who wants to buy something? Is this a cop? Is this a mother gang? Do I need to be careful? The usual.
Yeah.
All right, then I guess if I notice him like panicking a bit, then I like hang out by a.
Not panicking. It's more skeptical.
Ah, okay.
Yep. It's not a legal shop where when someone comes in, you can just go there. Ah, hey, have a nice day.
Fair,
What do you
fair,
want to buy?
Fair.
What are you
Then
buying?
I tried to nonchalantly get a little bit closer.
Well,
I said I nonchalantly
Yeah,
get a little bit
that was
closer.
you.
And wait for him to approach me now.
Nope. Yeah, after a while, he seems to be of the opinion that you are safe and actually comes. Hey, looking for someone? Something?
One could say I'm looking for something.
Well,
Probably something to
yeah.
relax the nerves, so to speak.
Something to relax a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I can help you with that. That is if you're open to... yeah, you know what kind of things.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
Good. I had some misunderstandings. So I guess 3 grams should be enough.
You wouldn't happen to have anything more, would you?
I guess I could give you a little bit more if I can see your money first. You know, making sure that people really pay and are able to pay.
I carefully pull a little bit of the 200 from my front pocket.
Yeah. He nods. Okay, how much do we talk about?
Do you have 7 or 8 grams?
Sure, no problem.
I then I lean in close as if I'm looking to inspect.
Me takes a step back. I don't have it on me. A moment, I will be soon back.
Okay.
He goes towards the bushes. And
I follow him to the bushes.
Yep. Careful, so that the just casually or sneaky.
This dude does sound like he's on guard, so you might want to be careful.
Right. I guess we can do sneaky.
Okay, dex and stuff.
Dex and stealth. Dexterity and...
Oh, -1. Don't forget that, because you're hurt.
Oh, yeah. Where is it?
And skills is stealth.
Oh no, I saw it. I just had to remember where it was.
Oh, you mean that? Yeah. He turns around. I said, wait there. We'll be right back.
My apologies.
I hold my hands up and step back a bit.
He looks skeptical at you and then walks back in the bushes.
I kind of noticed that exchange, and I sneak up to one of the trees, still keeping it behind, between me and them, but I move up a little bit closer now.
Yep.
Just in case I need to intervene.
Yeah, after some noises of someone doing something in the bush, he comes back. Holds a plastic bag and 2 plastic bags in his hand, so to say, to $100.
Okay.
I take the bag and walk away.
He holds his hands open and so no.
You're gonna have to pay him.
Yeah, first pay, then.
I have a strat.
Okay, how do you want to do that? He has his left hand open to you, so to take the money, And the right hand is up on his side, and he holds the bags hanging in his fingers next to his face, basically.
There's a good chance he's armed.
Hmm.
Might want to be careful there.
Right. I'm thinking I might have to bail from this one.
You know what you could do?
Oh,
Grab him by the wrist and pull him into you. Oh, right. Okay. Disregard all that.
But yeah, that's something you could do.
Just
Because like
theorizing.
right. I'm thinking. Because I have made mistakes before with Kellyanna, so I don't want to do the same thing with Amber.
Talk.
Okay, chill.
Yeah, what do you do?
Okay. I pull out the money.
Mm-hmm.
I have 120
Mm-hmm.
that I securely hold into my hand.
Yep.
And hold it close to me while holding out my other hand for the product. Or for the merchandise.
He sighs a little bit. Go your first time.
More or less.
Okay. At the same time. Fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, he walks towards you and quickly wants to grab the money and places the wares in your hand.
As he puts the stuff in my hand and grabs the money,
Mm-hmm.
I take the opportunity right then and there to grab his wrist with the hand that had the money in it and pull him in close.
Okay.
And that's when I bite.
Okay. Give me for that, please, a dex and roll check.
Oh, God.
Dexterity and the
-1, obviously.
E.
Yep.
The B. The dice roller. And
Yeah, works like a charm.
Okay.
How much do you want to drink?
3.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do with him then?
I grab my money back.
I thought so.
2, I'll drag him over to the bush where he went for his products,
Yep.
and I will keep the product that I will keep the product that he gave me.
Sure.
Wow.
collateral damage.
And that's when I walk away.
Yep.
And that's when I walk. That's when I meet up with Amber. I mean, Aspen.
Well, turns out I got some stuff too that we could have Aspina possibly work on later.
I raise an eyebrow at Amber. What exactly do you do? And what is that?
Actually, technically, she did not pay. She did take the money back. but yeah, she did technically pay.
Technically.
He just robbed him after that, but that's something completely different.
He was paid at one point.
I paid
You
him. He
robbed
just gave me a refund.
Exactly.
And then some.
No, I didn't take whatever he had. I just took what he was trying to give me.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Consider it a sample.
Whatever you say. You feeling better now, though?
Very.
Good. What's my blood at actually? I got plenty.
Yep.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I suppose we
Guido.
You go, hey, what? Oh, there you go.
Basic economy. Money needs to keep flowing, so it's fair game. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Money flowed to him and then flowed right back to me.
Exactly.
Well, if you're feeling a lot better, let's go. We can always go ahead and check out in Elysium, see what other trouble we can get up to.
Trouble sounds good actually right now.
I give her a funny look. You sure you don't want to take care of some of those bruises?
I examine myself for a moment.
Yep.
I guess I could.
Now I sell it at double the price.
Yeah, I'll heal myself. Why not?
Sure, 2 blood points to be completely
I mean,
healed.
I mean, you could have also played the whole injured damsel deal. You have the marks.
Right? I could have did that.
Oh,
Yep,
well.
you could have.
We'll save that for
Wasted
the next time.
opportunity.
Save that for
Yeah.
the next time you get badly injured.
E.
I'm still only minorly bruised, but nah, it's fine.
I mean, you look like you could take care of a few wounds yourself.
I kind of brush it off. It's
So,
fine. It's,
But only
it's
for
only
me,
a dull
you
ache.
did heal now.
Hmm?
You did heal now.
E.
Yep, okay.
I was saying like Aspen could take care of her wounds.
Yeah,
too.
I understood that. I just didn't catch that you
Oh, yeah.
actually healed.
I healed myself.
That's fine. It's just a little stiff.
Instant stonks.
Instant
Don't take that
stonks.
the wrong. Stonks.
I mean, imagine when you are Ventrue. I did give you the wares already. You did give me the wares already.
Yeah, just do the whole Jedi mind trick.
Problem is,
You
they
did-
will remember after the effect that, wait a moment.
Wait a second.
Yep.
Wait a second. Where'd she go?
Where'd she go?
Alright.
Oh, I mean, like
I start bouncing the bag in my hand.
8 grams worth of product is definitely something that we could work forward to when it comes to making profit.
I suppose. Not exactly my cup of tea, but
I mean,
if we need a quick buck, sure.
I mean, what would you suggest we do? Legitimize it?
Heck no.
Besides, I don't think this state would be able to legalize something like that so readily.
Nah. I do wonder how much money he had on him, though. I kind of eye the bush, then I just shrug.
You see Amber sweat a bit.
No, she didn't sweat.
Well,
Don't
she
sweat.
would be sweating. She would be sweating in
Yep.
this moment if she was able to.
Yeah, like,
I-
fuck.
I narrow my eyes at her. I wonder how much money he had on him. I lean in even closer. I wonder how much money he had on him.
I push the bag into Aspen for a second.
Give me a second.
Mhm.
I go and take his money. Every single cent he has.
Those are $230.65.
65 cents.
Yes.
Some broke fool out here paying in pennies.
Maybe he
now
just had pennies on him for a reason.
We are now $470.65 richer.
Yes. Oh, look at that. I kind of just hold my hand out expectantly.
I give her $100.60.
60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60.
I pretend to look offended, but I just put it away.
This isn't a normal day. Normally Amber's the good girl.
Yep.
Character development, she's becoming a bad girl.
Meanwhile, the manipulative bitch is discovering her heart. What the hell is going on?
You know how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
She tried to legitimize a business. Now she's robbing people illegally.
Yeah, now I think about it, you have a job. What the hell are you doing? Whatever.
Oh my god.
All right.
At this point, I'm heading to the car.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm falling behind. In a pretty good mood.
Yep.
'Cause I just made $100 and didn't have to do anything.
Yep. Easy money.
At the same time.
Back in the car.
At the same time. Oh my god.
You're up way past your bedtime, aren't you? Hope you've slipped into something comfortable.
Well,
Well, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing if we can use some of the let's call it merchandise that we've so happened to obtain.
Well, looks like the boards are lighting up. Aren't I the popular one?
well, we could always just sell it off, like you said. Me, not my particular kind of poison, if you know what I mean.
And Michael, the money's also working for living people, not only dead people.
Vigo. So, Vigo, why are you up so late?
Oh, maybe one day we'll be able to indulge in some of the luxuries that humans do nowadays. It's just a shame that
What-
we'd have to get it through
I used to do a little wine myself. What
our
kind of yacht do you
drinks.
have?
When that day comes, I'm just hoping for being able to taste wine again.
I like that.
Could really go for a
Latte Italiano.
nice Zinfandel, let me tell you.
Arrivederci,
One day,
Vigo.
maybe if you
Ooh, you're all
find a good wine taster,
be gentle. Hello,
maybe he'll have a preference.
Is tonight a rerun?
Possibly.
3. What's
Maybe I'll just delve into someone's memories who remembered the taste of a Zinfandel and live them vicariously through them. Who
Second-hand
knows?
taste, huh?
Gomez? What's
Yeah.
the
And then you see them. Yeah.
Let's go on to where is it?
You've got our undivided attention.
Ah, here it is. Let's go ahead and meet up with Carl for a moment. I still have some he still has some information he needs to give me.
Which one was Carl again?
Let's go to this guy. I forgot who he is.
Listen, I have a list going on. I'm remembering.
Yep.
Ah,
He's the Toreador we met at one of the Elysiums.
You know how little that narrows it down.
That guy you run into all the time.
Okay, I kind of figured it was him, but
Yep.
I felt like being facetious.
right. I was about to
Gotcha.
say,
We run into him almost all the time.
Oh, that Carl. Right. Okay.
Thank you, Gomez.
Well,
Back
all
towards
right.
the new
Let's
city.
see if we get lucky.
Well, this girl's got a
We just
pay
might.
So it's time for a few commercials.
Yeah, I guess we'll go to the closest
I'm just getting warmed up.
Elysium.
Wait a moment.
What was that?
I'm exactly no couple of what it would be. Give me a moment.
what is that?
We are expert role players. I promise.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I tried everything. I have everything in my mind. It's not that I need to look up things or anything.
Oh my god.
Well,
Yes, that was a Puffin Forest impression.
while the guard's doing that, I'm gonna step away and go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then
So-
let's
I'll go
make
ahead
in
and-
general a quick toilet break, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm muting myself. You can mute yourself. So when you are back earlier than I am, so you can then,
9 out of 10
talk
people
with the
preferred
chat.
friggin' chicken over the
You know what? That's fair.
Why?
Yep.
I will go ahead and get myself some liquids for the day.
Yep.
I mean,
Same. Be right back.
chicken.
Friggin' chicken.
I'll be right back.
I swear it's the best you've ever had. You love the talking baby movie, and the talking pig, and even the talking car in that show. You know the one I'm talking about. But now prepare for the most hilarious talkingest normally mute object yet. He's Steve Cash, a New York banker and recent whittler down on his luck.
And 10 makes 100. Here's your money, ma'am.
Ma'am, I happen to have a glandular problem. That's it. I'm withdrawing all my millions from this bank.
Cash! She's an ATM machine with the soul of his dead wife.
There's something familiar about this ATM machine.
I love you.
Wow, those marketing guys are geniuses.
Together, they're learning to make
Wow,
the
this
most
radio
of their
channel, I
special
swear.
situation.
So that girl from accounting used me today.
Really?
She wasn't like everybody else. When she pushed my buttons, she was very gentle.
Oh, honey.
What
if you
is
don't
this
stop,
radio
I'm gonna have
station?
to make it
I don't know, but it's kind of, huh?
It's slightly entertaining, but in a weird way.
Yeah.
Say goodbye
Isn't
to
that
yellow
just
teeth and spots on your
Masquerade shenanigans in general?
Incredible.
Right?
Look at that shine.
Your smile or these dinner plates?
Harnessing the secrets of ancient Egypt. Now there's a dishwasher.
That was so
detergent
corny, I don't
powerful,
even know
it
if that
doesn't
was
just leave
funny.
your dishes spotless, it actually whitens your teeth. Patented time-release spiritoids remove caked-on food and grease and remain on the
Spiritoids.
plate to be absorbed into your food to clean your teeth while you eat.
This is definitely entertainment right here. Just having
Yeah.
this as a be right back thing, just like random infomercials.
Sports utility vehicle.
Yup.
3 months later, there were 2 separate incidences of hit and runs by an unidentified SUV in his area. Is Democratic candidate Michael Rebbins to blame? Can you afford to take that chance? Can your children?
He knew!
Senator Robert Thorne,
I know.
that has never committed vehicular homicide. Democratic candidate Michael Rebbins has never publicly stated.
Don't worry, it's just the randomness of a radio station.
The candidate who never committed vehicular homicide.
Your children's future to someone like that? Vote Republican Senator Robert Thorne, a candidate that is committed to locking up child pornographers. Democratic candidate Michael Rebbins recently sued Senator Robert Thorne for accusing Rebbins of being a murderous child pornographer. But Rebbins had previously said he was against clogging up courts with frivolous lawsuits. Wouldn't this make him a hypocrite? Would you want a hypocrite as your next congressman? Would you want your children to become hypocrites? Vote Republican Senator Robert Thorne, a candidate not accused of being a murderous child pornographer.
In a world where people live and die.
Do you think you can just go in there and handle this by yourself?
If that's what it takes. He was about to meet his greatest foe.
Kill them all! All of them!
And a girl.
That's redundant.
Hi.
And a comic relief sidekick who won't make it to Act 3.
I'll pick the wrong month to cancel my life insurance.
No, don't say that. You're gonna make it. With a guy from that other movie that was slightly popular, and what's her name from that show you sometimes
And what's her
watch.
name?
From that show you sometimes
CGI
watch.
battle sequences and an advertising campaign that will leave you no choice but to see this film. See it because it's a movie and all your friends are going. In theaters Friday and on DVD in 3 months.
How did it
Hello,
know?
LA. You're up way past your bedtime, aren't you? Hope you've slipped into something comfortable.
My god, this is entertainment right here.
It is like, wow. All right.
The Deb of Night. The only girl who will spend the night with you and leave first thing in the morning, guaranteed. Well, looks like the boards are lighting up. Aren't I the popular one? Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who will be the lucky?
Oh, I think it looped back.
Caller, you've got the first shot at Deb tonight. So, who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Hi, Deb. This is, Vigo.
Vigo. So, Vigo, why are you up so
Vigo.
late?
I'm working the late shift here at the, yacht club.
Uh-huh. How many boats do you own, Vigo?
2. Actually 3. One is, in the shop.
I used to do a little yachting myself. What brand of yacht do you have?
You probably wouldn't know the brand. I, bought them in Italy.
Ah, l'Italia bella. Parlate Italiano.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
I hear you had fun with the radio.
Vigo.
Oh, we're
Yes.
enjoying the heck out of it.
It's the original sound files from Bloodlines, the game.
Hello,
I kind of figured it fits too well.
Yep, but it would also good fit in GTA.
Deb,
You know, you're not wrong. I was about to say, but also.
Oh yeah, some of the radios in GTA is
Yes.
good.
Yep. But like I said, Phantom, you should play the game.
Yeah.
At least
Anyway.
you're not playing on any of those like little animated things like Impotent Rage.
Impotent Rage. Yeah.
Impotent Rage will be back after these commercials.
Yep.
Okay.
Where
so
were
we're
we?
on our way to.
Oh yeah,
an
you
Elysium.
wanted to an Elysium, exactly. Yeah, it took a bit
Let's
longer.
get-
I also made tea and stuff. Because I need something to drink and I want something hot to drink and the coffee is not a good idea right now.
Fair enough.
Yep.
You know what? I might make myself some tea while you're doing that.
I have my tea already. That's what I used the break for.
I know, but I just realized I might want some.
So you want to have a break too? No?
No. We can keep going. I have a wireless headset.
I have some liquid beverage.
Good job.
I just figured people didn't want to hear me going to the bathroom.
I just muted
So
myself.
I just mute myself.
Yep, exactly. That's what I mute myself, and I just remember it's only one of 5 type of night.
I have some liquid,
Huh?
I have some liquid drink.
Yep.
I kind of don't want to say what because then people will like stereotype.
Don't worry, the people won't stereotype you. What is it? Tell us.
Kool-Aid.
But yeah, the next Elysium would be a Taste of Alea. No, not one count. Club Zombie, my bad. Taste
Club
of
Zombie,
Alea
okay.
was on Skid Road. Or the last
Yeah.
round, you can also go there.
Zombie Club. Or last round.
Try this.
Let's go to Zambi.
9 out of 10 people prefer
Club Zombie?
chicken over the
Yeah.
I thought it was. Oh yeah, yeah. Club Zombie.
Yep.
Friggin' chicken.
Friggin' chicken, you'll swear.
Then let's go to Club Zombie.
Yeah.
People stereotype people. Don't say what you're drinking. What do you mean? What?
They can't stereotype you. They don't know that you are black.
Well, they do now.
No, they don't.
Boy, how did it do now?
No, they don't. Don't worry about it. They have absolutely no idea.
I have no idea about the heavy alcoholic beverages you have.
It's okay. It's not like I go out and buy Jack Daniels and Crown Royal and 1800 every other day.
You're making me want to get some.
Yeah,
Anyway,
same.
Sorry.
Yep. But yeah, you are in Club Zombie. Do you want to go to the public area or directly to the vampire area?
The back area.
Yeah.
Where our people are.
Yep.
We're exclusive.
Oh, no.
Honey.
Let me quickly show up here. Look who's there. 1, 10. Dup, dup, dup. Okay, 5 outer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay. Lucky you.
Oh. our main man's here, I'm guessing.
1, 2, 3.
See, he shows up almost all the time.
He really does. Like anytime we go to an Elysium, he's there.
I can count how many times on my hand he's not been there. And that's twice.
So for the people in the stream who may not know, Agar decides who is at an Elysium based on dice rolls.
What you just said? See, basically. Nope.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got a sheet. He does dice rolls that
I gotcha. And we have something similar but fizzy here in Germany.
I mean, I bet there is a fizzy version, but oh, and we're back.
Yep, we are back. With Ken still AFK.
No, I'm not. I'm here.
Yeah, and
Ken's
also
in the server room,
as you may have
swapping out
seen
the
on
chipmunks.
as you may have seen on the
Fizzy.
stream now, there's not only Depth of Night 1, but all 5 parts of it.
Ooh.
All 5?
All 5.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
I need to
God.
remember
Who's
even
all
if
five? I know.
all 5 sound files for Depth of Night, the radio.
Ah, okay.
Yep. To make some more diversity in what is playing in the radio, not always the same thing.
I'll show you what's diverse.
Ooh.
No, I won't tell you that later, but I'll tell you later.
Okay. But yeah, Phantom also teach me about stereotypes in terms of drinks with black people that apparently are not a thing in Germany.
I'll explain more to you later.
I know about the food things. I did not know about the drink things, which is probably because the specific drink doesn't exist here in Germany. So hard to make a stereotype out of that then.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, in Lab Zombie are... let me open the list again that I described them correctly. Susan. The one.
Wait, what?
Susan.
Oh yeah, I forgot the other
Yep.
Susan.
Yeah, the Susan with Lost School, who you did bring back and so on, the Tornado girl.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. She's talking with Avalona.
Oh no. Oh no.
Then there's also Michael.
I was about to say, oh my god, if Amber ended up getting the speed thing again.
Oh my god, that's
we keep
probably gonna
narrowly
happen sooner or
dodging
later.
that each time.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep, then like I said, Michael. The guy who writes novels and so on.
Whoa.
Yep. You know, this guy who you have met with Carlos the last time.
Yeah.
Yep. Also a woman you don't know.
Oh, a new person.
Yes. And come.
Look, new toys.
Fresh meat.
And I mean, this here is my file for who's where. And since you now met everybody except for
oh wow,
the thing, so you don't know about the person. You don't know much, so at least I can show the name, but not who she is and so on. But yeah, here. Carl is 8. For some reason, every time I throw an 8 when I look who's there.
You just keep throwing in 8. What the?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even make every time a new list or something. It's always the same list.
And every time we go to an Elysium, he's there.
Yes. Well, 20 likes 8s apparently.
Really likes Carl.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just thought of
where-
something. Carl Martin. Yay!
Yeah.
My favorite.
Yay. This is where, through pure happenstance, turns out Carl is the big bad.
Oh, I should have thought about it. That's amazing.
Phantom.
I mean, it still can become.
Phantom, don't.
Well, now we have no choice but to be murder hobos and kill everyone here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, don't.
No, that would not go well.
Yeah.
You're not stunk enough.
Yeah.
I feel like Avalona would join in just for the heck of it.
But speaking of her,
Uh-oh.
as you enter, she notices you instantly and waves to you like, "Here, come here, come here."
I turned to Amber. Amber, be a dear and go see what our friend wants. And then I immediately excuse myself.
Wait, don't leave here.
I'm already heading my way over to the unknown lady.
Yep.
Amber gives out a sigh before waving towards Avalona and walking her way.
Oh, I should say I did also wave towards Avalona. I'm not rude, but
Yep.
I and the other way.
Hi, I did see you. I'm not going to you. Bye.
Hi, bye.
Yeah. Who wants to first?
I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you arrive, Avalona looks at you. Hi, Amber.
Hi, Avalona. How
I
are
talk with some people. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't talk fast. People say I don't talk fast. Maybe it's you. Maybe it is you. Maybe you just thinking slow. Maybe that's a problem. I mean, I don't want to say that you're stupid or anything. You're not stupid, but maybe you're just thinking a bit slower, so that it looks for you like I'm talking faster.
I wouldn't say that. It's more like I had a busy night that night.
Okay.
So it was a bit difficult for me to keep up after going ahead for a while.
Yep. Also, Susan looks at you with an "I'm sorry" look in her face.
Oh my god.
And what are you doing now? Oh, by the way, have you heard? Apparently, there's a bloodlet against the Tremere permission for some reason. Or what did you do? I mean, he's a Tremere, obviously, but normally people. I mean, nobody likes the Tremere. I mean, the Tremere don't like the Tremere, but that doesn't mean they get bloodhunted for nothing. Do you know what he did?
I heard he did something pretty bad.
Oh.
Something that went pretty hard against the Camarilla.
Oh. Now Susan also looks at you. Okay, that's interesting. What exactly?
I look over to Amber. I mean, Aspen.
Aspen is... We'll quickly jump to Aspen, so we can... Aspen, you approached the place of the new girl.
Yes.
Yep. She looks at you. Hey.
Hi. I don't think I've ever seen you around here before.
I'm Sarah.
Oh, good. We got a Susan and a Sarah.
I made up those names before you, beforehand, but decided the names of two.
I figured.
And I was too lazy to change it and thought it's pretty funny. And this Sarah is
funny.
And this Sarah is without an H.
Oh, okay.
I just
So
find
got
it
Sarah
funny that
with
we
an
know a I just find it funny that we have a Susan and a Sarah, as well as Susan and Sarah.
Yep.
We have Sarah and Sarah.
But yeah.
Anyway.
And Sarah and you?
Oh. What a coincidence. I happen to know a Sarah. My name is Aspen, by the way. Aspen Reed.
Then nice to meet you, I guess. Also new here?
By our standards, yeah. Probably I've been around for a couple weeks now.
Welcome to the club then.
Thank you. What brings you around here tonight?
Just hanging out a little bit, trying not to get angry about this whole stupid thing.
I pause. About what?
This, she makes next with the arms expression to the whole room, basically. I mean, a few old people on top of the society just because they are old and powerful.
I purse my lips.
She sounds like an anarch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, we live in the fucking 21st century. Shouldn't there at least a tiny bit of democracy, or is that too much for asked for?
Well, like you said, we are ruled over by a bunch of old codgers. Probably haven't updated their way of speaking since 1803.
Yeah, probably they still use the N-word or something. I don't know.
Probably, I kind of put on a playful smile. Probably still use words like thou and thine.
Right. God, I don't know. I wish that wouldn't have happened to me. I mean, I was living a normal life. I was a little bit political active, but nothing out of the usual. Just, going from door to door, reminding people to vote because democracy is important. And then...
I'm guessing you knocked on the wrong door?
You could say so, yeah. There was for, the water cleaning facility, there are some problems, and I wanted to make a signage and so on, so that there will be fixes, and the guy who's responsible for that will lose his job, because obviously he doesn't do his job correctly. And then I knocked on the store, and everything was fine, and all of a sudden I woke up, and this motherfucker explained to me that I'm fucking dead, and that I'm now in a fucking feudal system.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
When Brujas start to run. And I mean, it's obviously
Yeah.
she's a Bruja.
I kind of figured by the sound of her she sounded like a Bruja.
Yep.
Yeah. Take it your sire was a Bruja then.
Which also makes me one. But well, could
Yeah.
have been worse, I guess.
Granted. Is he still... Is he can still walk around in the open?
Well, Nosferatu are cool. I met them. Did you know that I actually have somewhat of a democracy? Well, not really, though, still. But they act much more like a group, so to say. They don't have one guy on the top and so on. I mean, obviously, to the outside, they have their permission and so on. But in fact, they really work together. They don't do this fucking...
I could see the advantages, yeah.
But no, Nosferatu are okay. But imagine when you would be, I don't know, Ventrue or something.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I just pull a face.
I mean, to be honest, no offense if someone here is listening, I don't know, but I don't know what people can and cannot do, but I mean, from how they act, yeah, Ventrue, which means we are the kingmakers and kings and so on, and we must lead the Camarilla and stuff. Do you know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Well, she sighs a little bit and tries to get her cool again to calm down. Well, that was basically the basis for all evil in the past, ending with the fucking Nazis. So we are the good people. We are the people who should lead everybody because we are naturally better than everybody else.
Vampire Nazis. Never thought of that one before.
I mean, not literally, but it's the same kind of thinking. Some people think they are better than everybody else and want to lead everybody else.
I know. Of course, when you've been around for a couple centuries, they kind of have the oomph to back it up, too.
Well,
Trust
from what
me,
I hear...
You don't want...
Sorry?
You don't want to be on the bad side of a particularly powerful Ventrue.
Well, from what I hear, you also don't want to be on the bad side of a particularly powerful Nosferatu or Bruja or Toreador or even Malkavian.
These are all true, yes.
By the way, what's up with them? I mean, they are at least not like Ventrue, but with the whole Masquerade thing, isn't that... I mean, how are they still alive? I don't want to say they should be gone. I'm just confused. I mean, they are literally insane. And with the Masquerade, how did they even survive so long?
It's all about being functional.
I guess so.
And being too creative to be caught up in others' mistakes.
I guess when you see the world in a different perspective than everybody else, you see different
Internet. Okay, we are
we
back.
should be okay.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. All right.
Ugh.
Now, if memory serves, we were about to get back to my table.
Exactly.
Which reminds me. Did Aspen see me?
Oh yeah. Basically,
No.
I don't think so. No.
She's too caught up with the absurdity of this entire conversation.
Oh God. Okay.
It's the equivalent of jingling keys in front of Aspen.
I'll have to remember to try that eventually.
If you literally jingle keys in front of her face, she will not be amused.
By the way, that's a good way to bring moths to fly away from you. I learned. Yep.
Good to know.
Yeah, apparently the vibrations from the keys in the air make them think there's something big coming towards them, and they fly away.
Really?
Yep.
That's interesting. I'll have to try that.
Yes.
But I guess back to my table.
Yep.
Back to suffering.
But if memory serves, I've gathered most of the table's interest in
the new blood hunt.
Premiere. Yeah, the blood hunt.
Oh. But Avalona also looks at you. Something's different.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Something is on you different. Are you standing or sitting?
I'm sitting.
Okay, Avalona actually stands up and walks around you, so to say. Didn't you have ears? Well, you still have ears, but you had other ears too. You know, those round ears, and now they're gone?
Oh yeah, that.
Hmm?
Let's just say my hunger for a moment got the better of me.
I see. Right, you're Gangrel. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. I hope you didn't hurt anybody important.
Not to my knowledge.
That's good. And what problem do you have now?
Let's just say I took care of it the moment I woke up.
Blank face towards you.
Confuzzled.
Yep. So you...
Let's just say I'd be fluffy if I didn't take care of it.
Her eyes widen. Oh, I want to see that. Can you next time, before you shave or something, come to me so I can see that? Please, I want to see that. I mean, he said fluffy. Fluffy is cool.
It's a fluffy vampire.
Fluffy vampire.
Tell you what, if I feel bold enough to, then maybe I will, but I wouldn't feel too comfortable about it.
I would even offer you in favor for that.
I'm sorry?
I would even offer you in favor for that.
A favor from Avalona.
I mean, it would be worse when you owe her in favor.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay.
Great. Then, do you come to me or should I come to you? When you come to... I mean, I think it would be easier when I come to you. When you wake up, just give me your address and when I should come and I can come to you.
Perhaps it would be better if we met up nearby. How's that?
Okay. So you give me... no, I don't have a phone. You can't give me a call. Where do you meet up and when do we meet up?
Are you okay with meeting up somewhere in Bel Air?
Sure. Bel Air, fine. I like the people of Bel Air, but I also the salt of the earth. She
Okay.
also You know those when you talk about a specific group of people, like those idiots, but then you say compliments around them to make it not sound so harsh. You basically make that about Bel Air. Yep.
I hear there's a interesting park nearby in Bel Air.
Is there? I never was there.
I've been taking an interest in that area lately.
Okay.
For food.
Lot of meals if you know where to look.
I personally like clubs like this here. Well, not exactly this here because that's an Elysium, but you know what I mean. You just go into the toilet, obfuscate yourself, wait there until someone comes in, and then you drink.
Well, I don't necessarily have the ability to obfuscate like you do.
I can shoot you.
Could you?
She nods.
Well, there's your favor.
I wouldn't mind the opportunity to learn.
Okay. What that mean? That if then let's make it this way. You show me the fluff, and I teach you obfuscate.
Sounds fine. Sounds fair.
Okay. She smiles.
All right.
Something tells me it's not going to go according to plan.
Well, there's a specific way how you learn disciplines your clan doesn't have.
You have to be taught disciplines.
Oh, okay.
And you need to drink the blood from the one.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no!
You're about to be ghouled to Avalon.
Not ghouled, blood bonded.
I forgot about that.
Oh, Ken.
Great random speed bout. Here we come.
Here we go.
Well, that's definitely speed. It's just... I will describe it then.
Oh my god, this is gonna be interesting nonetheless, though. I guess I'll wait until I have the experience necessary to learn that, but until then... So, as of this, situation, I guess.
Yeah?
With the, Tremere guy.
Oh, that guy, yeah. So sad that happens. Poor Tremere. She doesn't laugh, she says, hey.
Not when you hear what I've had to say.
Oh, why?
I look back and forth for a moment, before leaning in to whisper to Avalona.
Yeah,
I don't know
Avalona
if I
and
should even
Susan
be
whisper
saying this
too.
to Avalona. Actually, from past experience, I know I shouldn't be whispering this to Avalona.
Gonna be fine. Don't worry about it.
Swear to God.
But yeah, how should I word this?
I don't know.
I will...
Alyssa, whisper to me.
I whisper to Avalona. Apparently, he was in deals with some shady things.
She looks at you like with and continue.
Wait, do people learn why people are in a blood hunt or no?
It depends, but from perspective and so on and so forth, and how Prince deals with it, it's pretty obviously that he doesn't care if it's a secret or not.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Then yeah, I say, apparently he's been dealing. No, wait. Yeah, apparently he made a. How would I say this? Basically, he tried to take over as the new prince.
But normally that's not what you get a blood hunted for.
It's the way how he went about it.
Oh.
He tried to make a Sabbat.
What do you mean with make a Sabbat? I mean, there's the Sabbat, you mean? I think you mean the Sabbat, because normally when we talk about Sabbat, we don't talk about where what originally comes from, witches and so on, and make a witch Sabbat and so on, but we talk about a group Sabbat, and you don't make a Sabbat.
He made a Sabbat, a fake Sabbat.
Oh, so... Oh, god damn it. Stupid fucking Tremere magic, guys. But, well, they are used to those kind of things, yeah. Okay, I can see that happen. So he made the Sabbat, and then... What?
And tried to take over.
I didn't hear about any about attacks besides the normal attacks that were obviously here. Oh, wait. He made the Sabbat, who's here in the town, who the fight against the Anarchs, who is now the reason why we are here?
More or less.
Huh. Okay.
But the issue's been taken care of, from what I've heard.
Well, there's a pattern on him, so I guess so. But normally that's weird normally. Oh, probably it's because the prince wants to be nice to the Anarchs. She smiles.
I smile back.
I mean, normally I think he would get a... well, we don't give medals out, but I think normally he would get a medal because... hey, Anarch Town, Camarilla's back in the city, and that's because of him. So normally he would get even... yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Well...
yeah, I guess, but...
Bad luck for him that our princes were weird. She smiles.
Well, I do know things operate differently for other people, so for some it may be good, for others it may be bad, for some of those other people they may not care.
And for the Primogen, it's completely bad because now he has a bloodhound on him and he's no longer Primogen.
Cause the what?
And now he's no longer Primogen.
Well, he's not, but for the others they are. It's just that he did something that was considered bad.
And now he's gone. I mean, that's weird. I mean, when you remember what Tremere did with the Tremere anti-Tribu, obviously he's gone already. I don't think so.
I mean, that's all the information that I have on it. That
but yeah, I'm sure he's gone already.
Possibly.
I'm pretty sure. Do you know what happens to the anti-Tribu Tremere?
To the...
the Tremere who are in the Sabbat, sorry.
No.
You see, you know, the Tremere are all of this pyramid scheme, and there's one guy on top and levels and so on and so forth, and then all of a sudden some of them decided that they are no longer part of this, and they are part of the Sabbat. So Tremere do not like the anti-Tribu Tremere. Anti-Tribu, that's how we call people who are in the Sabbat, and well... all of a sudden, I don't know if it's correct, and it's just rumors, you know how that is, but apparently all of a sudden at one point they just vanished. They just disappeared. They don't exist anymore. The complete, every Tremere in the Sabbat is just from one night to the next gone. Completely gone.
Well, dang.
So I guess if there's a blood hunt against the Primogen Tremere Primogen, he probably gonna go too, very fast. I think as soon as the prince said the words he was dead.
Possibly.
Table switch.
Table switch.
Yep. So Aspen
Table
doesn't
switch.
fall asleep.
Information overload.
Yeah, and also Amber can breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I like talking as Avalona. But yeah, Sarah looks at you. And what are you doing up those nights?
Oh, just making an unliving, I suppose. Myself and my friend, I kind of glance over and gesture towards where Amber's sitting, more to see her head hasn't exploded yet.
The head is still on top of her. She just looks very exhausted already.
Yeah, we've been kind of in the business of tracking people down, getting information. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
So I have business, so like how's it called? Headhunters, basically.
Exactly. I believe that is the official title. Yes.
I mean, I doubt there's no official title for vampiric headhunters, but makes sense, yeah. Didn't know that's even a possibility. Maybe I should do that too. I mean, I can fight. Needed to do some karate when I was younger, because you know how it is. A girl in the big city, better be safe.
Oh, don't I know it? Spent my whole life here and unlife, as it turns out.
Yep. At least the whole not being alive anymore thing has definitely some benefits in this regard to it.
Definitely.
I mean, there was one guy the other night, and let's just say he needed an ambulance.
Need what?
An ambulance, because you know, there was following you at night, being creepy and trying to do things he shouldn't do, and yeah.
Fair, very, very fair. This is a
in my defense, I only hit him once.
And you didn't take his head off? I'm impressed.
I did not hit his head. I mean, my sire warned me that I should not hit people's heads when I am angry.
Whoever your sire was, he was real smart.
God damn it. I assume you heard the motorbike.
No, I didn't.
Oh. Huh.
I didn't either, surprisingly.
Yeah, I mean, the other time there was something in my background that was quieter, which was picked up by my microphone.
Well, I mean, it was also an ambulance at the time.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a car alarm. Now I remember.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, yeah, yeah, she looks at you. Yeah, he is fine, I guess.
Well, if the opportunity does arise, I suppose I could give you a test run if you believe you're capable of fighting.
Test run? What exactly do you mean?
I shrug. You know, if I ever get a job that I think I might need some help with.
Ah, you mean like that? Yeah, sure. Wait. How would you? I don't have a phone or anything. That's the problem. Messiah was like, oh, you're so connected with in politics and so on. You give me your phone, please. Oh, thank you for your phone. Crack. She makes crack in two parts hand movement.
I wince. Yeah, that sounds like a brouhaha, right?
I mean, sure, I get it. Would be weird if I all of a sudden disappear and the people I was working with would now need help because I don't know, some stupid idiot that tries to do something stupid, but still, he could have just, I don't know, do something else. He doesn't need to break it completely.
Yeah, I never really understood the way Bruja do things.
Well, I think it's more an old people thing, to be honest. Which brings me back to this whole goddammit situation here with the What's so problematic about just letting people vote who should, at least, I don't know if it's only on a city level, let the people living in the city vote who's the prince, or at least the Primogen, and...
Yeah, if you look at it from a human perspective, yeah, it doesn't make much sense. But when you live literal millennia...
Well, then they should just vote for, I don't know, 30 years of government and then next vote after 30 years or something.
30 years is a blink of an eye for some of these guys.
Yeah, but let's be honest, 4 years for a human too.
Granted. Well, yeah, I don't know about all that. I kind of look back over towards Amber. I'm going to go check on my friend.
Yeah, sure. Was nice talking to you, and I assume you will find a way to get in contact with me.
Yeah, if I happen to see you, I'll give you a shout.
Yep. Until then.
Have a nice night. And I excuse myself.
Yep. When you come back, you just hear the explanation of Avalona about what happened to the Tremere and the Sabbat.
Oh, Amber, I hope you're not spilling all our secrets.
No, just telling them about what's already public knowledge.
Oh, hi, Aspen. Avalona says.
Good evening, Avalona.
How you been?
Well, it's been a wild couple of nights. I don't know what you all have heard yet.
If you know about the Tremere Primogen, that he is now on a bloodhunt because he apparently make a fake Sabbat, and the fake Sabbat is now gone, and now it's open and he's gone. Because our prince is not a typical prince, but is more nice to the annex, probably, because so he thinks that the annex then go back to us. I don't know. Can't read his mind. Well, technically I could, but I don't do because I'm not suicidal. But I think that's the real reason.
You know, I think that about sums it all up. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, what's public knowledge?
True.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the whole mess with the vampire hunters and...
Oh, I haven't told them about that.
Wait, vampire hunters? No, hunters? Where are hunters? Avalona looks panically in the room.
Oh, no, not here.
Oh,
there
okay,
were hunters, but as luck or unluck would have it, we happened to stumble upon them before they could really do anything.
Oh, okay, and then you were lucky. I mean, hunters are evil. Hunters are really, 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 really evil. You should not engage with them. They are dangerous, especially those religious guys.
Yeah, I don't know what this type was.
No, really, you should be careful. She goes near to you, pulls her hair a little bit on the side, and you can see on her forehead a very slight, not mark, when you had a hurt...
Scar?
Scar, yeah. Very slightly, it's more of a change of color pigmentation in form of a course.
Oh my.
And you also remember vampires only get scars from aggravated damage.
Yeah. Oh my.
Hunters are danger. She sits back in her chair.
Well, then I suppose it was probably a good thing that these ones weren't that experienced then.
All I gotta say is we were extremely lucky at the time that I chose to react the way I did.
As in the official human story of they pissed off a bear. Real tragedy, I assure you.
Yeah, I wish I would have had a bear back then. The only thing I had was a ghoul who was, I miss Max.
Amber looks a bit cocky at the moment.
Yeah, Avalona looks very sad all of a sudden.
Oh, I kind of put a hand on her shoulder.
I mean, they just did go into my home when I wasn't there, took Max, and then I wanted to free Max, and it didn't work out, and at the end, I only survived because of him, because I tried to carry him out, and they had machine guns. Couldn't even ghoul him to bring him back. Because he was already ghouled, and he was too far gone, no damaged, or what do I know to be sired.
My expression is kind of stony at all that.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to, you could think of it this way. At least, he'll always be traveling with you.
No, he's dead. Like, dead, and he's not a ghost.
You forget how literal Avalona is.
Well, you did try to ghoul him, right?
He was my ghoul.
wait, no.
He was completely my ghoul. But they took him.
I misworded that. Well, forget I said anything. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it has been a while since then, but it's still bad. So, hunters are evil. Don't get with hunters as if you want to survive. Not a good idea to fight with hunters, because hunters can more than you think you can. I hear there's apparently also some hunters who can do Tremere stuff. Well, not really Tremere stuff, but some Tremere can do fire. Well, not really fireballs, but they can point at a place, and the place goes into fire a little bit. You know what I mean? And some of the hunters can that too.
Actually, Avalona.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to hear about our encounter with Vampire Hunter?
Sure.
I promise it involves one losing half their face. It's really good.
She smiles. I'm listening.
So, if memory serves, we were in Hollywood, minding our own business, after a very exquisite meal, if I might add, when two people ended up coming towards me, one of them handing me a piece of paper.
Okay.
It hurt like hell, but I was feeling good at the moment, so I was able to withstand the pain.
Never showing weakness, I understand.
And it turns out it was a blessed object, saying, if you can read this, you are human.
Huh. Okay, well, apparently it lied. Stupid piece of paper.
Again, if I
mean, technically, we're still humans. We just have a curse on us and so on. And so, technically, it's correct.
Well, think of it this way. If I didn't react the way I reacted, then let's just say we probably wouldn't be here.
Probably.
Afterwards, they thought that something was wrong, because usually whenever they did give it to one of our kind, they reacted by being burned and saying ouch or something. I don't know.
That hurts like hell. Well, I think. Well, I mean, the other guy, he just was holding a cross, and there was a big beam of light shining towards me, and yeah.
But yeah, they decided that they were gonna go back to their hideout, so we followed them. I turned into a vicious animal.
The bear?
That's why, which is why if you hear the report, it would be a bear attack. I changed to a bear. I clawed one of their faces in half. Aspen over here shot the other. And it turns out that they had a third that we were able to take care of as well.
This one, I kind of pointed at Amber, straight up broke her hand while she had a flamethrower.
Flamethrower?
Yeah, poor thing was this close to fending us both off.
Well,
now she doesn't have working hands.
Well, I guess it's better. I guess it's better than a laser cross or whatever the fuck that was. But that's still scary.
Yeah. With a fucking flamethrower. If I hadn't broken her hands, we would have been we would have been flambe.
Yeah, I mean, flamethrowers are fun. I wish I would have one, but god damn it.
Oh, not when you're on the receiving end. I can assure you that.
I know. So far.
But yeah, I do kind of have some business that I need to take care of, so
So you're gonna go?
not just yet, but I will be leaving this area.
Huh?
I'm gonna go talk to somebody.
So okay. Yeah,
Oh,
sure. You confused the Macavian. Congratulations.
You managed to confuse the Macavian. What the hell did you do?
But yeah, speaking of going somewhere, I would say let's make an end for now for today.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
We have our 3 hours, and also I need to go to work tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least I don't have night
We
shift
don't
yet.
have any cancellations next week, do we?
Phantom said something?
Yes, next week is when I'm on. Well, I'll be traveling to Denver, so I will not be available for probably 2 Sundays, the 25th and the 31st.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, then noted.
Or the
Noted.
first. I will let you know if that changes for the first, but the 25th definitely will not be available.
Yep.
Okay. So no
Sad,
session
but-
next week, but the week after.
Maybe. The week after, maybe. Because Phantom don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I'll be flying to Denver, but I will be driving back from Denver. And that's like an 8-hour trip that we break up into 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also spoke with the guy who make our work schedules that I don't want to have night shifts on Sundays anymore. And the 12-hour shifts not on Monday. So I can also be here and do things, so to say.
E.
Yep.
Yay.
Because, I mean, night shift at a Sunday makes good money, but on the other hand, I also want to play Vampire from time to time, and I make enough money already.
Right.
Priorities. But yeah, with that, I would also say, how much? Because good RP, 8 free XP.
E.
Yay.
So, Amber is at 8. And Aspen is at 13. And also, the usual question, feedback.
Oh, we had some fun today.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
And I got to be evil.
Oh yeah. I can say some great thievery, I guess, after feeding.
With just a little nudging from Aspen.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Just a tiny bit.
But yeah, no. Today was a
Today
nice,
was a good day.
yeah, nice laid back day. Not sure where we're gonna go next week or next session.
Well, I mean, you already
But-
realized the things are still moving.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's still stuff happening.
Yep. And I like that I put the usual backstory behind the comic series for some NPCs.
Yup.
Yep.
It was amazing.
Yep. But that's also how my mind work planning. Hey, remember that from this series? Ooh, that's funny. I should put that into my game, but I need to change it a little bit so it fits.
All I know is things are going to be things are going to get
even more interesting than they already are from here.
Yeah, we have the quote unquote main quest line dealt with for now.
And then like Amber still has the heist mission for
Oh yeah. I
yeah, that's
forgot
why
about that.
yeah, that's why I went to him. I was saying like I still have a thing that I need to do with him.
But also, that wasn't really the main story. That was just the story to bring you into the game or into the
Yeah.
world, so to say. There isn't really a main story. The main story is what
Yeah.
you do.
That's kind of why I was like quote unquote main story. It was the thing that got us out the door initially.
But I think some GMs would be completely panicking when they would try to GM as me. I mean, a good friend of mine is one of those GMs. He makes amazing stories to play, but you have no wiggle room really.
Yeah.
And then there's me who spins a web and throws the players in and just says, have fun. There's some people you can do the hawk to.
And honestly, we've already had situations where that's a good thing. Like when I mind wiped the one dude, like early on, it was supposed to be a critical, like a very important detail that we solved that person's mission, and I erased his memory that we'd ever met.
Ah, yeah, I remember that. I mean,
I'm sure other GMs would have been panicking at that point.
I mean, I was more of the, okay, now they go back to him to get the reward and maybe clear up the misconception. Okay, they wiped his mind. Okay, no, so they don't get the prize for that, I guess. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Fine by me if they don't want to have anything from that.
Yeah.
Yep. Never stay in the way when your players make the life harder for themselves.
Yeah, we definitely did. Luckily, we still managed to circle back around and fix it.
Yep.
Right? Is good.
Yep. But with that, I would say I end also the stream. And for you guys, thanks for watching. I hope you had so much fun watching as we have with playing, even with the technical difficulties we, for some reason, still have. God damn it.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
It must be something with my internet connection. I mean, can't be anything else. Either the internet connection or Twitch being a bitch.
Or all of the above.
Yeah, all of the above. But yeah, with that, thanks for watching and see you next time. Maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in 3 weeks. We will know. I will make a... If I know something, I make a post on my Discord server.
Yeet.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.